Basti, welcome to the Silberplaner See. How are you doing?
Well, today was a bit boring, let's say, because I decided not to do the marathon to save myself for the IQ Europeans. After doing I think we did 18 races or something with the exhibition event in St. Moritz and then here on the lake with the foil Formula Worlds. So I was kind of tired, so I took the marathon off. And the rest of the day was just a north front came in and it was raining. So yeah, not so eventful, let's say, for me. But in general, I feel quite okay. I'm looking forward to racing on this new Olympic discipline that's coming up now in the coming days. But let's see what the forecast does. Weather is not looking super good, so let's see what we can do.
You mentioned IQ foil. Maybe you can explain me and the listeners a little bit more. What is it all with this discipline? There were a lot of disciplines on the water here. I lost a little bit overview, but what I found very interesting is that there was a nice mixture between PWA riders and some Olympic riders. That some people that follow a lot the PWA maybe never heard the names before. So that was quite interesting. Can you explain us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so we're having this new class now. It's called IQ Foil. It will be at the Olympics in 2024 in Paris, and it is from the format. We do slalom in light wind and we do course racing in stronger wind. So it's basically what we've been doing in the World Cup for the last 2 years. Now we've been racing on foil in upwind, downwind, then we were implementing some slalom foil, and this year in the World Cup we do a slalom discipline with foil or fin. So this class, the new Olympic class, will be a mix of all the guys that are windsurfing and good in windsurfing right now. And that's what really excites me about this class, is that you have the top guys from the RSX, you have the top guys from the World Cup, and they're all coming together and enjoy racing in this beautiful and exciting new discipline. Everywhere. You see on the lake here, you have it on the ocean, you have it everywhere, and you can have really good and exciting races.
And how is the competition? How do you feel about it? I mean, it's a brand new class. Can you already say anything about it? How the competition is, or how does it feel for you at the moment?
Well, I'm quite in the dark, I have to say, because I've been training in Tarifa with my trainings partner Ramon Pastor, and we've been together training a lot. I think I'm fit, I think I'm fast, but you never know until the first race starts. So it's super exciting right now. We had the Formula Foil Worlds. But it's a different thing because we were using different equipment, and some equipment is better, some equipment is worse. And in this class we're all on the same gear, so we all have the same sail, we all have the same board and the same foil. So it's really up to the rider and up to the tactics and how you race. So yeah, I don't know. I hope I go quite okay, but we'll see on the first race. It's always the tension goes super high, and then you have the first start, and when you go out quite okay, you check a little bit around, and then you feel you know quite fast if you're up there or not. So yeah, quite exciting now.
So so there was no competition on the IQ foil so far yet?
Well, there was one in St. Moritz. We did this exhibition event, but if I can be honest here, the lake is in St. Moritz. On the day we had the wind there was really, really tricky from the gusts and everything. So it was more about who got the gust and not who was the faster guy. For sure, this is also a part of racing, but I would say that it's not the real picture of it. Okay, so this here on Lake Silberplaner will be the first real race in real good conditions, and we will see who comes out on top and who doesn't.
So obviously for you it's a new discipline. It's basically having another gear in the car. How do you split your training energy or your time on the water between those disciplines?
Yeah. Well, it's always a trade-off. No, we have the World Cup normally, and you have to put a lot of work and effort in there to be on somewhat okay with those guys, because everybody's pushing incredibly hard. But this year the World Cup is kind of on hold because of the Corona situation. So I've been training quite a lot on the IQ foil, to be honest, because I knew that this is going to happen, and then we're going to have the World Championships in Garda. Well, hopefully, I really hope they're going to happen. And it's important also to get some support from the federation in this Olympic class. Now it's all in the federation. That's super new for me because I've always been managing everything my own. And yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I've put a lot of training in, and I hope I can show that I've worked the right way.
Okay, you mentioned obviously Corona situation. How does the life of a windsurf professional look in these weird times where there's almost no events? Luckily, we had an event here. But how does your routine look, and what are you doing the whole year?
Yeah. Now I've been talking to my friends in Tarifa about this event actually, because I was also not sure that it's going to happen, and I'm super grateful that it did, because just to keep up the motivation in training, when you have nothing you're working for, it's crazy. Okay, you need something where you say, okay, I have like 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out, 4 weeks out, and then you can adjust your training, and you work hard, and you try to get to a point, and then you're fit on the point, and then the event comes. So I'm super happy that it happened right now, because that helped me with my motivation. And then the next thing that's on the calendar is France, the PWA. But it's far off, it's still in October, and nobody knows with the numbers right now how it's going to develop. But in general, my life actually went more into training, because I really took the time and said, okay, listen, I have this chance now. It's like a year where you have more time for yourself. Okay, and I really wanted to use that to up my level. And been working more on the physical side, so gym, endurance, rowing, stuff like that. Spend a lot of time on the water, but also because I enjoy it a lot. I've been foiling more than I've been slalom sailing, but also because now it's the first year of the IQ, and I really want to show that this class, I'm there in this class, and I'm on kind of a level, and I can fight with the top boys.
Yeah, you mentioned motivation. Obviously, if you're training a lot, you don't know where your level is. Now we had an event, so you got a little bit of a benchmark, or now a little bit better. So where are you, and how do you feel? How happy are you with the result, and what still needs to be done?
Yeah, so the Formula foil, I finished 11. I had quite a tough start. I came out of the group stage with the 20th place, and then gained momentum, and I ended up in 11th. Let's say it's worse than what I hoped, but better what I feared, So it's, it's quite okay. The gear, there was a lot of development in the gear, and for sure we were not together training, so I didn't know where I was. Also gear-wise, what has happened, what were the developments, and I came here and I knew that everybody was on super powerful foils. So I had quite some difficulties to keep up on the upwind, but then reaching on downwind was like my jam. I loved it so much, because I have a foil that is a little bit less powerful, and I can control it much better than the guys with the super powerful foil on the reach. So every reach I was overtaking people, so it was actually good fun. But yeah, not a top result, in 11th place. I think last year I finished 5th or something, but the level was through the roof. Everybody was working a lot in this Corona time. Everybody was on the water and getting their stuff together, and yeah. So as I said, I'm looking forward now to the IQ, which is really boiling down to the point where it's only the sailor, because the gears should be, they do the best they can to make all the gear really be the same, but there's always differences in production, small ones. But everything should be very, very close, very exciting racing, and really down to the person who's racing to gain or to lose.
Yeah, really exciting. I'm curious how that will end up, and where it also brings windsurfing in an Olympic field, and also in the public eye. What was your most amazing moment in the last few days here in Engadine?
Wow, the most amazing, all those questions, man. Well, I had a few good ones, as I said, on downwind and on the reach, passing people. I had one where I actually I knew it was close with points with Vincent Lange, and we were both fighting to be the best German in the Formula Worlds. And then in the last day, I think second to last race or something, or I don't remember which race, but he was in front of me almost all the race. And then towards the last downwind, I saw him 70, 80 meters in front of me, and I was like, okay, I know I'll go fast on down, I'm gonna catch him. And I was going all in. I hit my jibes perfect, and then I was just only, I think 30 meters, 20 meters behind him on the last mark, and then it was the reach to the finish. And I just hooked in, cheated in, and gave it everything. I told to myself okay, you either crash or you get the guy. There's no other way. So I was pushing a lot, and I just got him in front of the finish line, and that was actually the thing that changed the ranking. So I have 1 point on him. That's the point I gained there. And when I passed them, I was letting out a scream. I was like, yeah, okay. But also because I was so full of adrenaline, because I was all the time just like a second away from explosion.
Cool, congratulations. So, you mentioned you train a lot, so a little present from our side.
Wow, the
obviously,
good one.
the brand new Black Rule Twin helps you recovering.
Not twin,
and
twin.
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, that's cool. I've tried that. That's amazing.
cool.
That's really good.
I'm glad you like it, and I'm even more glad that you actually use it. So that's very important. And some happy socks for you for joining the interview.
Perfect size. Thanks a lot.
Cool.
Really appreciate it. And that thing is amazing, I tell you guys.
Cool. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.